frustrating.
And we are live. We're good to go.
Thank you. It is 4:04 and I will call this meeting to order. Please note that the two absent members is Mr. Rob Taylor, who will not be attending today, and the Vice Mayor Kelly Carrillo. All other members are present. We'll now go into oral communications. This is the opportunity to address the audit committee on any scheduled matter. Unless additional time is authorized by the committee, all commentaries shall be limited to 3 minutes per individual and no more than 15 minutes. Do we have anyone here that would like to say anything under oral communications? None? We don't have anyone on virtually?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We'll now go into scheduled matters, and it's the introduction of the city auditors.
Yes, thank you. Maria, do you want to do the honors? Yeah, she's like, it's my work, it's being audited. No, we're fortunate to have with us today. Appreciate them being here in person, coming from Irvine, joining us as they're beginning the audit process for prior fiscal year. And it's called Bob and Rob Show. So I'll let them, with that introduction, let them.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, thank you for it's a pleasure meeting people in person for a change instead of virtual meetings. So that's nice. My name is Bob Callahan. I'm a engagement principal auditor specializing in state and local governments for 33 years. And this will be my first year performing the city audit here, but it'll have a new set of eyes, and that's always useful in an audit process itself. And I'll let the gentleman to my left introduce himself.
I'm the Rob side of the Rob and Bob side. Joe, Robert Pearl, we're both tall, we both have glasses, and we get this a lot. So it's we actually both wore blue shirts today, so it's great.
Yes.
Yeah, just going along, we didn't coordinate it.
No,
Yeah,
John, we did the same, but 17 years of experience doing state local government audit. It's what I do. Spend a lot of time also working with single audits with the federal awards. Understand the city's got a fair amount of that coming in, and we'll be able to have the opportunity to take a look at that. So look forward to working with each of you. And again, very happy to be able to do this in person.
Yeah, so scope of the work will be doing audit of the city's financial statements that are in the annual comprehensive financial report that is done. And then also, as Rob just mentioned, with your federal grant programs, there's a single audit requirement of all the federal monies, and that'll be part of our scope of our audit work that we will be doing as well. So we're auditing the financial statements, but not the whole annual comprehensive financial report, because there is non-audited pieces in there and other information that we do limited procedures on. But the financial statements, the note disclosures to the financial statements, that will be under our audit process. And other than that, it was an introduction, but we've started on some interim procedures, and we're looking forward to do the final field work in a month or two and get that wrapped up. So thank you very much for your time this afternoon. If you have any questions of the audit process, I'd be happy to discuss it further with you guys.
I'm okay with our conversation that we had.
Okay.
Go ahead. I was just saying, Maria previously spoken about, so if you remember last year was the lease, all the leases and the detail work that had to happen with that. And this year it's got a fancy acronym, but it's essentially software based. And Maria had spoke about that previously. That was going to be a new or additional work product this year.
Right.
Yep.
Sabita or Sabita.
Sabita.
Subscription-based information technology arrangements.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
And then again, as I shared with you, and our conversation was that we were looking at the leases to update, and this is what we're bringing to the table when we meet.
Very good.
Very good.
Okay. Anything?
Thank you. I don't know.
City attorney will be spending time with.
Yes. I'll have to write a letter at some point.
At some point at the end,
Yeah.
yes. Try to time that with.
Usually one of the easiest letters I have to write.
I'll do this.
Well, I can appreciate it, and thank you for coming in so that you can meet who is on the audit committee. We have 2 members who are not here, but point of contact.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
I did share with them, they asked about concerns, and I did share that the retirement of the finance director.
Oh, we talked
is
about that too.
Probably what gives me most pause and cause, so,
I can't be in denial about it any longer.
yeah, so,
You don't seem like it.
yeah, so I just wanted to state that for the record. I appreciate what Maria's done and the time that I've had the privilege to work with her and
It's a difficult
this is the last,
conversation.
this is her last full set of books that
Wow.
will go through, the baton will be handed off mid-year today, so, or mid-year this year, so.
Okay,
It's another consideration.
thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yep. Oh,
okay.
You're leaving your computer to come back.
I am.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We can continue with that, huh? All right, well, the approval of the draft minutes of August the 30th, you got time to read them?
Actually, we need Maria back. We
Oh.
don't have a quorum at the moment.
All right,
There's 6 of us on this committee. I always forget. It's not,
That's true.
yeah. I'm sorry.
oh, that's right, because then we have Rob headed north.
Huh?
Rob was headed north, his daughter.
Oh, is he?
Linda Labor, yeah.
Oh. Exciting.
What's that?
Rob's daughter's going into labor.
Oh,
So he's headed north, that's why he's not here.
great. Congratulations. Have
Yes,
to let them know.
you have minutes
I've had meetings all week. This is my,
after.
no, thank goodness. This is it. I have meetings tomorrow, but not tonight. I had one late. I started late.
I heard, yeah, after 10. Okay, I was like, man, that's great. That's a good deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I had a housing authority had moved their meeting to before that. So it was just, I went like from one to the next and then like scarfed food in the car.
Why you said that's your favorite committee?
Both of us. I thought it was somebody else's. I was in front of you.
I thought, I just thought it was a straggler.
Well, I'll take it.
The mayor will take it.
I'll take it.
Things.
Well, just how things are presented.
Yeah.
And they said that there will be,
We haven't met Janie, so.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I was sharing in my conversations with them, they're same company, but different office. This is out of the LA office versus Sacramento and already, even with it, we've been with Jeff Peak, just 3 or 4 years, maybe longer. So even though they're in the same company, our auditors are a little bit like, or accountants are a little bit like artists. They all like it presented in a certain fashion. So there will be some differences, not materially, but
It's good.
it,
It's always
it will
good.
be good to
It's
have
always
new
good to see
eyes. evaluated.
new eyes to see it, and that was the conversation we had, and it was good.
Yep.
Our conversation was good, and I did say, I don't want Marie to go.
Yeah.
But that's, okay, now we're gonna move on to the approval of the draft minutes of August the 30th. Everyone has had time to look at them, okay? Do we have a motion?
I move.
And a
Second.
second,
I'll
and
second
no
that.
further discussion, signify by saying aye for approval, aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to the review of the Tulare County Junior Livestock Show and Community Fair License Development Agreement.
Yeah,
A lot.
how to reach out, don't have any products yet, so want to continue that.
Okay.
Because we talked about bringing back any potential changes.
Okay,
We also needed to evaluate, should there be the interest in purchasing the site, implications to surplus law.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to find out if they're interested first?
Right,
Okay.
but.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't done anything on that yet, but I'll
I'll just see
make a
if they
note.
have interest to purchase.
Well, before we do any extensive research on surplus law, whether.
Oh,
Are they wanting to purchase it? If not, if they are, we'll have to look at how that works with the surplus law.
okay, thank you.
Because it's one of our more current leases, and so what lease is pretty big.
Yeah, I don't need to make any, I'm not aware of any changes to be made on the lease.
I'm not even.
And the review of the, now we'll go on to the next one, the review of the PSW lease agreement.
So, yeah, I was asked to do some, to see what extent, in a title search, is there anything on record, is it relates, is the sun, is it still city property, or as has been conjectured at one point, did PSW acquire this from the city? So.
Yeah, so I searched through the First American. We had a contract with AMK at First American, spoke with her. She did some searching on behalf of the city. Couldn't come up with any recorded documents that indicated anything other than that the city owns the property. There was nothing recorded that shows that through her search that they had any indication that there had been anything recorded. To the contrary, I believe that Fernando was well searched within the city documents and failed to come up with any resolution that had been adopted of the same nature. So did not order a title guarantee. As in her search, she
Title records.
she was informed us that like, there was nothing there. But if we would want to, we could purchase something, but want to bring that back to the group before we expended the funds. That leading that Fernando was unable to find any resolutions, as well as title company was unable to find
Anything recorded.
So it may have just been a conversation that was had by somebody who.
Okay,
I feel like that's a repeat theme.
Yeah, and I don't know the expenditure funds to get to that result, which we talked about as at the last meeting as I think there's continued interest by PSW to continue to operate it as a satellite office. I think which they do their downtown cleaning program and some of their other activities out of. So I would imagine just updating the agreement with them on the use of the property.
But they do provide some services.
so
So you just need me to
the
do it
agreement would just
together.
be updated.
This is an actual lease. This is the first one we've had that's an actual
Okay.
lease. It's not a license agreement, it's a lease. So we can update it. I can provide a housekeeping copy at the next meeting, I guess.
Okay, a draft back.
Yeah, a draft housekeeping
Okay,
version.
draft with revisions and with this. Well, I think we have, I'm still on these two, that will be
Yeah.
brought down. Is there anything else that should be brought to attention? What,
No,
Donnie,
Did
anything?
the version of the license agreement go to,
It did. We're just
Seal.
waiting to hear back.
Okay,
from-
good.
From Chima.
So it's in there.
They've received
Okay.
it, so we're just waiting to hear back.
okay,
Okay,
So that might be, if we receive it back, I
we
guess.
may want to follow up with the communication, say, hey, we'd like to put it on the agenda. Do you guys have any issues with it? Sorry. I'm yawning.
okay,
Yeah, just to move it along and that way we can get, because I would like to see that get updated.
Sorry.
I'm taking the other
Go on.
ones.
Mhm.
Oh, that one can go too. Right?
Which one is
That one's
that?
ready to go to city council, the Kiwanis agreement.
the Kiwanis.
Yep.
So the Chairman, Kiwanis is ready to.
Kiwanis is ready. We
is
finished
ready
that
to take to
process.
council.
Yeah.
So we can maybe the 17th,
Mhm.
10/17.
take it the second meeting.
Okay.
And then in that, we may be able to take Chima too, if they
Yeah,
get back to
Yeah,
us.
if they have no revision, because they said that, remember, we had the discussion, if it was okay, then if everybody agreed to it, we take it straight to council. Okay, is there any others that we already have the two that we need to look at?
No, the only thing I will say is that, I mean, because I did so many updates to Chima's, they may have questions or come back, so we have to just wait and see, just because it looks different, you know, it's not just gonna be, just because I did do the full update for
Yeah.
it, so. But we'll see.
And maybe not. Okay, then other matters. Moving on to other
That
matters.
was my other matter.
Well, we talked last meeting about developing a policy or and I think this subject was addressed by the council in some extensive conversation at the last
Yes.
meeting, looking at a process, a permitting process, probably businesses, how it kind of reflects back to during COVID, the permitting process for outdoor dining. But as businesses are looking to do events outdoors on city property to the extent that they're able to do that. Right now, the process being followed is a community civic event, which is, I would say, this is a subject that's going on, just not here, but also in Visalia and
Okay.
Farmersville.
They are.
Talking to my colleagues there, that there are that differentiation. So we're going to talk about it at the next city managers
Okay.
group meeting, as we call it. So that's third